Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Steven here again today, or SuperBruce91, bringing you guys the next edition of Tip Tuesday. This is my third Tip Tuesday. I'll probably have a few more, but then I'm probably going to have to stop this series as I don't have too many more tips to go through, but I have a few more tips worth of a few more videos. But before I get into the video for today, I just want to shout out my friend Controller Mods. His link will be in the description. He's going to be posting some Call of Duty commentaries, and also has his own business with cheap modded controllers. You can paint your controller whatever color you want. You can have LED lights in your controller. He puts bullet buttons for your buttons on your controllers. He does both PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 controllers. So make sure you go check out his channel, subscribe to him for some awesome content. But anyways, let's get into today's Tip Tuesday. So here we go. So this is not going to be a gaming related tip, but this is just a general thing that I find works better for me. You want to have your console or your PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 as closest to your internet providing source as possible. So if you're playing on the opposite side of the house of your cable modem on your Xbox, your internet's probably not going to be as good on your Xbox as it would be if it was right next to it. So you want to try playing as close as you can to your router or whatever type of internet source you use. The closer you are to your router, the better internet connection you're going to get, and that means less lag, and that means better connection, which in turn goes into better gameplays. I play pretty close to my router. It's literally like right below my room. I'm on the upstairs, of course, of my house, and it's right below me, and I have great internet. On the other side of the house, though, I've actually played Xbox, and it's not very good. So play as close to your cable router as you can, and you'll get the best and most quality internet connection you can. Next tip for today. So on most of your guns, of course, there's many different various amount of attachments to put on your gun. Like the Scar H, there's a lot of different attachments, and it can be a little bit overwhelming trying to make a class setup that works. And I showed my classes yesterday in a class setup. What you want to do is really try experimenting with attachments with your weapons, because something like the Scar H, what I found when I first started using this gun was that the gun's mobility overall was very bad. Like whenever you'd aim down sight and you couldn't really move or strafe very easily or very much at all. So in turn you put on stock, and that counteracts its weakness, which is mobility. So with certain guns you gotta I guess you could say, look at what its weaknesses are and what attachments can help those weaknesses. With the Scar H, the mobility can be cured with the stock attachment, which is what I use for it. The suppressor really does not dull down its attack damage too much. So overall, whenever you're picking whatever gun you're going to be using, think about its weaknesses. How many bullets does it have in each clip? How fast is its reload time? Things like that are going to help you make better classes and use the attachments that work best with a certain type of gun. So make sure you analyze whichever attachments work best for which type of gun, and you'll have a great time using the gun. Also, another thing that's kind of related to that, make sure you know what type of crosshairs your gun has. Like certain guns have smaller hip fire crosshairs, and that means that you're very accurate with your hip firing. But other guns, certain guns like the LMGs for instance, have very big crosshairs along with the sniper rifles. So hip firing with certain weapons also is not advisable because of that little crosshairs that you have. And if they're too big, that means that your bullets are just going to be going all over the place. They're not going to be accurate. But with certain guns like SMGs, hip firing is very accurate. LMGs though, or sniper rifles, you'll find that the crosshairs are very big, which means that you probably don't want to hip fire with them as they're extremely inaccurate. The Scar H and assault rifles aren't horrible for hip firing, but they are a little bit worse than a standard SMG would be. Also, with your perk situations, certain guns you'll find don't have very much ammo to begin with, like off the bat, and the Scar H is one of those weapons. When you first start using it, it does not have a lot of ammo backup for you. So with certain guns, you want to be sure that you know the amount of backup ammo you have for it, because Scavenger will help you out with that. And if you don't have Scavenger on certain guns, you're not going to have very much ammo, and you're going to run out, and then you're really in trouble when you have no gun on you. So make sure you guys know how many bullets are in each gun for backup, and if there's not a lot, I highly recommend you use Scavenger. It's a really good perk, believe me when I say that. So Tip Tuesdays is almost over, but as you guys saw, I actually not announced this. I got a nuclear for you guys today on this map, Nuketown, and it was about a 4-minute nuclear, nothing too special. But there's not too many more tips I can give you guys for this week. But next week, there'll be more tips to be coming on and along. And I'm about to get Remington by the guy on my nuclear streak. I have a few unstoppables already. And this Remington will just one-shot me instantaneously in a minute. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy Tip Tuesdays, if you want more Tip Tuesdays, make sure you guys leave a comment saying I love the series. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and I will make next week's Tip Tuesdays for you guys. So see you later.